Welcome, mortal fools, to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight, and take a ride with the Dark Carousel podcast. Welcome, mortals! Ah! Let's fucking ride!
She's from. I'm assuming Illinois. I think.
On the DCP!
We'll get all the details.
And with everything what's going on, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
but- ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast, where your fear matters and we retell the story. You know, guys, this carousel never stops spinning, and right now we are so overwhelmed with so much joy and stress we can't even handle ourselves right now. Today's episode is Dani Panik. She is a lovely lady from Illinois that works at a haunt called 13th Floor. Nice. Not only she is a haunter, what I've seen, and this is just my assumption, where's the camera? Just my assumption that I think she's also a costume designer, maybe, or a set designer, but
Does it all.
Well, she does it all, and that's the cool thing about
What we're doing on today's episode of
the Dark Carousel. Now, again, guys, thank you so much for giving us all this support. Bro, guys, we're officially sponsored by Land of Illusion Haunted Theme Park.
Yeah.
Where's that round of applause?
Yeah.
Hit it, Steve. Yeah! Let's go! Officially. Guys, if you guys don't know where Land of Illusion is, it is in Middletown, Ohio. www.landofillusion.com. And they don't only do haunted stuff. They do
3/4 of the year.
Christmas. They do summer, which they have an awesome whippet.
Yep.
That is exhausting but fun.
Yep.
And the most exciting part of the year,
Halloween.
haunted theme park. They have
Halloween.
6 attractions and one that is brand new this year.
Yeah.
But we're not going to announce it just yet.
Yeah, you guys gotta wait.
We did a lovely photo shoot this weekend with Land of Illusion. All 11 hours of pure exhausting. It was just fucking crazy.
But we got it done.
But we got it done. We
Part
sweated our
one.
asses off.
We still got 2 parts. It's
Yeah,
we got one more part. Yeah, it's a 2-part special. We got one more part to go.
Yeah, but 3 different haunts and shit.
Yeah.
But again, guys, shout out to Land of Illusion and Michael McKnight for giving us the opportunity to come out there and really prove ourselves and who we are as Dark Carousel. And if it wasn't for you guys to support us and really give us the love, because we love haunting. We love
Yeah.
everything haunting. And you guys love haunting too. So guess what? We're going to continue to haunt. So I'm going to send this link to Dani, and she's going to hop on in and we're going to interview her. So again, guys, thank you so much for every last minute of your support and your decisions on choosing the Dark Carousel podcast.
Send it.
I sent it.
Send it.
Sent it. And she should be coming in here in a minute. She'll be coming around the mountain ring. Dude, I'm telling you, man, we're learning things, we're doing things, and it feels really good to do what we're doing. And you know what, man? I'm really excited about all this opportunity and stuff. And like, oh man. The journey that we're going on, and we're not stopping. We're always coming up with new ideas, and that's what makes us more unique with everything.
Trying.
And we're always trying to up our game, and we're not trying to stress each other out. But we got past one of the biggest steps we've had and wanted to go. And it may not be a lot for a lot of people, but it's a lot for us because it's something that we've been wanting for a very long time.
We got a lot to do still.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It is really exhausting. And, you know, for it to finally pick up the way it's picking up and the publicity and just how things are just going with us right now, I'm very grateful, and we are
Well,
very
it's
grateful.
like, for example, this week alone, we got 3 this week, and then next week we got 2 plus photo shoot. So, yeah.
We are so busy.
Yeah.
You're so busy.
And then August, we already got some booked in August. So, I mean, it's, Yep. So,
Yeah, we got Frankenfuel tomorrow.
Mhm.
That's gonna be fun. We also have Slider Jesus.
Thursday.
Slider Jesus. But that's more of a recap one.
But still.
But we're still gonna dive deep in his brain and really
Yeah.
hear what he has.
It's been a
to
minute
think.
since we've talked to him.
It's been about 2.5 years.
So again, what he's up to, what Hani's working at right now, because the original one he was at, they closed down. So again, so it'd be good to catch up with him and find out what he's been up to and how the old knees are holding up.
Yeah,
So
man.
see if he's got any new creations coming up or anything
Or
like
a
that.
new kneecap.
Oh, well, maybe.
Maybe he's got like actual like a stainless steel knee, so he's just using his bare knees now.
Oh, robotic. Yeah.
He's more like Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams. He's got feelings.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that just sounds rough.
What, sliding on your knees?
Yeah, that just,
Just
dude. When I was talking to Landon about that the other day, because Hannah was really wanting me to like work with him on sliding, I said I have no problem with that. You guys got to get with me on what day you want to do it and all this other stuff. And I said it's better on the weekends, of course.
yeah.
And Cody was like, yeah, we'll do it over wherever you want, over by, Psychos. And I said, that's just honestly the best area. It's out of the way. It's not bothering nobody. Even if Aqua is going, people will be curious, whatever. But you know what, though? You want guests curious. Hey, what are these guys working on? What's coming up for a haunt? I hate when everything's got to be a secret. I mean, I'm not saying you give the full thing, but, you give people like just little things.
Just a little bit of a taste.
So,
But I think that's like the most exciting part about like all this is like the anticipation's real. It really is real. And just for
that's
us,
like, it's no different. Like, for example, I always bring up other parks and stuff. Kings Island. They don't give the full thing away when a new ride's coming. So they'll put up like a wooden fence or whatever
or
in
they're
the
doing
area.
like Easter eggs,
and
and
you'll
stuff.
just see just snippets,
Little
just little
snippet.
parts.
Just a little snippet.
Yeah, just little stuff of it. So something's coming and everybody's talking about it. And that's all you're really trying to do, because I understand it's hard to hide a roller coaster. It really is. That's fine.
No, it's not.
But
What's that big blanket in the
what's
sky
that
for?
thing? He's got a sheet over it.
Dude, that'd be a big ass blanket. Or a
Hey.
big ass like tarp
Did
or
you
whatever.
see that? Sunday, Orion got hit by lightning.
Did it really?
Yeah, luckily nobody was, everybody's okay, but
You would think they have lightning.
they had
rods
to,
on it.
well, I'm sure it does, but they supposedly got hit by lightning Sundays, and they had to close it down until everything
Probably
calmed.
fried some things, didn't it?
I don't know. I think it just hit the track itself.
Mm.
So it didn't like really tear nothing up. Really just kind of gave it a little black kiss, like so that now the track's got a little nasty little spot on it. So it's burned up.
Speaking of burn up, Mason put aluminum foil in the microwave this morning.
Oh, damn.
Well, we got hot dogs, some sheets,
Yeah.
and he like completely like burnt it. It was hilarious.
Let me slide that screen on over.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? No las pentaluntas. Hello, how are you doing?
Sorry,
friend.
I got a lot of energy right now. Well,
Welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast.
yeah,
Hi.
this is exciting. To introduce myself, my name is Arthur. You've been talking to me on Instagram a lot, so we've been setting up and stuff. And then next to me is my lovely partner in crime, Steve. And we are super excited to dive deep in that brain a little bit. Sorry, I'm like really hyper right now because I'm stressed out, but it's all right. We're going to use it and utilize it.
Are you hopped up on Frankenfuel?
Yeah.
Yeah, always Frankenfuel. Yeah,
Yep.
just got a slight little bit of
I see a can in your hand.
There it is.
I got a can in my hand.
There you go.
That's dope. Well, to start this off, we're gonna start off pretty simple, pretty easy, and then we'll just roll through all the questions that I have for you and just dive deep into that dark little mind of yours.
Cool.
Awesome. So let's start off on who you are and what haunt persona you take and what haunt you work at.
My name's Dani Panik. I have a lot of different personas. I'm currently wearing my boots persona
Let's go.
as a build worker at the 13th floor in the old Joliet Haunted Prison in Joliet, Illinois, and Schiller Park, Illinois.
Sweet. Now, how long have you been working at the 13th floor?
I've been with the 13th floor entertainment group for. I was telling somebody this earlier, and I can't remember if it's been 16 or 15 years.
There we go.
Somewhere around there. I started at a haunted house called 11th Hour,
Okay.
and it eventually partnered with 13th floor. So
Cool. So, and this is your original haunt that you've never left. Basically.
yeah. So the one I'm at right now is a new one that I've adopted. But yeah, so our original location as 11th Hour was in a place. It was like a series of trailers in Elk Grove,
Mhm.
and we moved to a warehouse. And then once we moved to the warehouse in Melrose Park was when we did the merge. So Yeah, same home, different houses.
That's okay. And that's, so far we haven't had somebody that's been at a home haunt for more than like 10 plus years. So
Yeah.
you're the first. But that's great though. You're dedicated and it really
Yeah.
shows. So when you first like stepped foot as the noob, the one and
Uh-huh.
only the noob, how did you go upon doing that? I mean, if I'm my research was right, you're in your 30s, dirty 30s, gotta love it, and here we
Yeah.
are. But when you're, in your teens, not really getting into the haunt world as extreme as you are now, what was your mindset at then, and compared to what it is now?
So, I started haunting as like I needed a job. I like had freshly dropped out of high school, and the the stipulation was I had to get my GED, which I did like super fast. And
Awesome.
then after that, my mom was like, "You have to get a job." So, I knew somebody who had worked at 11th Hour, and I just messaged them and was like, "Hey, like, do you work at haunted houses still?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Great. I want to work at a haunted house." And I just showed up.
He just never left.
Um, yeah, honestly, that's exactly how it went. I showed up for, I thought it was gonna be like a whole day thing. So like I had my mom drop me off, and it was like an hour of just like, like interview, like just nichey stuff.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have a ride for like 6 hours. So they were like, "Well, do you want to help us build?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Now, is
um,
was that where you have you always been like super artsy when it comes to like yourself, or has like haunting really helped you with that?
so like I've always been really artsy. I always liked to like draw. I loved when I was like really little, I loved like drawing like outfits
Hmm.
for people, which eventually like led into me like learning how to sew and stuff. So yeah, I've always had like a creative streak. It's in like, I don't want to say like it's in my blood, but like my dad was really creative. My grandpa was super duper creative. My grandma was really creative. I've like grown up around art like my whole life in all different mediums and fashions. So
Oh, that's awesome. Now, like
yeah.
when you discovered this persona as a haunter, what year do you think that really started to take off for yourself?
Like in what way? Like what year did like my character get
No,
developed so
like
much?
as in like
Or
when you started realizing that the haunt industry is just not one haunted house, it's the whole fucking country, it's the world. And when
oh,
you started discovering more about the community itself.
yo, okay, so actually that's a really good question. It wasn't until like almost recently, I don't want to say like recently, but like in the past like 6 to 7 years, has really been like where I've started to like look into things. Because like when I started at 11th Hour, the original owner was really good about like not really, he was really good about not gatekeeping other haunts or like information from us. So like one of the first times I ever actually walked all the way through a haunted house without like chickening out was at Statesville.
Okay.
And it was because the old owner like brought like a group of us and was like, "This is what it's like to be renowned haunted house. Like this is like should be your goal."
Hmm.
Uh so like outside of going to Statesville and like knowing that like Statesville and like the zombie army were like huge, I didn't really start to like branch out until like people started doing like off-season events,
Yeah.
because the people were open when we weren't. So it was like, cool, we can go to haunted houses too. And I've met like all of my best friends that way.
That's so
So
cool. And
yeah.
you don't really realize about like how big it is until you physically, especially like if you're and when you first start, it's really hard to haunt and go to haunted houses at the same time.
Right.
You want to go
Yeah.
out there and experience everybody else's like, their journey and
It's just
how
hard to do in our career.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what's good about social media. You get to see the aspect of how other people create their characters and really dive deep into their brain, and they expose it by putting it like on Instagram and stuff. And it gives so many
Yeah.
people ideas. And we've learned so much, like for the longest time, um, really doing all this is it's not necessarily like it's more about inspiration than anything. because you learn
Hmm.
so much. And when I stepped foot in the haunt world, it was probably, I mean, this is going on my 20th season this year. Not at the haunt I'm now, but since I've been the end of 13 to 14 years old, I didn't know anything about this. I just knew my haunt. And I knew that, back then I thought it was the coolest haunt in the world. And then I
Yeah.
stepped out of that little barrier and I was like, holy shit, dude, there is so much more. There's better. And then I started doing
Yeah.
research. And then
Yeah.
I didn't really start diving deep into any haunt aspect or anything until probably, I'd say, probably like 2015, 2016 is when I started realizing how big this community is. But when it comes to
Yeah.
like having that community by your side, what is one thing that you can say about this awesome community?
It's hard to put one thing, like, how do you just say one thing
Hmm.
about like the entire haunt community?
But
You
that,
know, like I
but
feel like that, like that's hard. That's
it,
almost insulting.
and exactly, but that's what's so like remarkable about the haunt community, because it's not only family, like you create memories, you create journeys, stories, and all this aspect. You can literally, this is you can turn this into a career. This is something that is
Yeah.
really heart meaning for so many people, that either saved people's lives, got them out of a bad time in their life, and it really shows on so many people that are so dedicated to it. And
Yeah.
I love
I,
that aspect.
yeah. I feel like and just to round back to your question, I feel like if you were to have to like put it into like a thing, I feel like a good thing to say is like the haunt industry can be like whatever you want the haunt industry to be.
Yeah.
Um, like I very much am the type of person that I very much believe in like you get what you put out. So like if you put like, you put like good into the industry, you'll get the good out of the industry.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why there are so many people who go to it in like their lowest times.
Yeah.
Um, it's like any, like I used to be a body piercer, and I feel like the tattoo community and the haunted house community are very different, but in that sense it's very similar in the sense of like birds of a feather.
Yeah.
We all kind of, yeah.
That's a great way to put it. Okay. No, I didn't really think about it like that, but no, that's exactly what it is. And it's something
Yeah.
that you can't really control, but you can at the same time. You just let it
Mhm.
grab you and just yank you through the fucking roller coaster. Because
Yeah.
it's a journey, it's a ride, and the people that you meet, not only the haunters, the customers that you meet, the people that you either terrified or have a good laugh with, those are something that you're going to keep for the rest of your life. And then you can, in the future, wherever you're at in your life, you can be like, dude, this is what I did, and then you can go back and be like, boom, there's so much more that you can do instead of just sitting there doing nothing. You can literally
Yeah,
create
totally.
something out of nothing and turn it into something magical immediately.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to your character itself, how did you come across building something like that?
Well, so like which one? I have a few now. I mained one for a while. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Let's start off with one of your let's start off with one of your first characters you've ever built.
Okay. So the if you want to talk like very first characters, like when I was at 11th hour, I was put in like a very stereotypical like little girl's bedroom.
Hmm.
Um, so like the first thing I did for like years was just like a bratty kid in a bedroom. Um, which we had like in our costume department, we had a bunch of really fun like onesies and stuff like that. So like there was never really like a developed like character. It
Yeah.
was just like Danny's in the bedroom tonight. Um, you know, I think like it's interesting because like I played a lot of different parts and was like I was a bride in a church.
Hmm.
Like after I was in the bedroom, I was a bride in a church for another like 4 or 5 years, or seasons. And then like I didn't really start developing my own characters until I became like the wardrobe manager. And it was mostly because like I didn't really like everybody gets dressed like before me. And
Yeah.
before I was the wardrobe manager, I was just another person that got dressed.
Yeah.
Um so like my character was just like whatever was in the room. I just tried to always like make sure that I was like the best whatever that was, you know. So I developed Eek like my no, I think it was probably my second season as the wardrobe manager. And like, so with 13 floor locations, our themes change yearly. And we like to have our like icons or like people who are out front kind of like, we like to have them show off that
Mm-hmm.
theme. So I wanted to create a character that like didn't go with anything, but also didn't go out of place. So I came up with a concept called a portal demon, and that's like what Eek is. She like is just a she just gets to pop up and be her because she can like go to all of these like different worlds. Um but yeah, that was my thought process behind it.
That's
I took
cool.
a lot of inspiration. Thank you. I took a lot of inspiration from like Donnie from
Yeah.
the Wild Thornberries
Mm-hmm.
and and just like your basic not like basic, but like just like you know your classic like reanimated corpse because like she's
Yes.
portal demon. My thought process was like she found like the entity found like a body and was like okay, so like the body that like is resurrected is just what is inside of it. Um, but yeah,
Oh, that's so cool. Now, when it comes to like the balance of creativity and being really focused on building a character, what is the most like what's like the first step you always try to take? Do you start off with a name or do you mainly go back with trying to find like a personality for your character and then it takes off?
uh, I I feel like it's more of like it's like a feeling. So with Eek specifically, I just knew I had like points that I wanted to make
Yeah.
within my character that like were easy to read as like customer and was something that like I could portray really well.
Yeah.
Um so like with my other characters, um like so Burb is another character I play and Burb is the life-sized version of a doll that Eek used to carry on her waist.
Oh.
Um and like the thought process behind that was like what does Eek see when Eek sees the doll? Because like my thought was like it's like Eek like the Burb was like Eek's friend.
Yeah.
You know, and like they went and like created chaos together, but like it's actually like I'm just carrying around a little doll. So I decided I was like I want to make Burb a person. So I made like a Burb costume. Um
So you
and that
really
was
you really dive deep into your characters. That's what I'm getting at. So
yeah.
that's so cool because I remember last year, because I'm the same way. Last year, I was creating a character named Russell, and he is not a normal person. So I watched about like 18 hours of psych ward patients, like real people, and I got on some weird ass websites to watch these videos, and I'm not proud of them, but there was one where there was this it was somewhere overseas. I don't know where it was, but they literally people that are mentally ill. They trap not really trap them, but they keep them in cages their whole entire lifetime. It's completely terrible on what they do. But
Mhm.
this person, there's a reason why this person is in this tiny little cage. So this woman was captured and she was locked in this cage and they're basically treating this person like an animal. But I was mainly studying the psychological fact of what she was doing, how she was moving and stuff. But so there was one part they were filming her and they did a transition to from day to night and all hell broke loose. She got out of the cage. She went off into like someone's little hut and bit this lady's nose off completely for
Oh,
no
wow.
reason whatsoever. And they captured her, put her back in a cage. Well, then the next morning, the cameraman was like, why were you doing that? Like, what are you doing? She said, I'm not crazy. I'm just hungry. That blew my mind. I was like, holy hell, there's a whole thing going on. She's in a whole different lifespan right now. So I want to be a part of that when I'm creating my character. So I lost my marbles last year. I didn't mean to, but it was completely worth it. But it's so good to have that in-depth character development to really portray yourself because you can really just show anybody that's walking through your haunt who you are without saying one word. And that is the key thing. It comes with detail. It comes with, like how you said, the doll. You can any detail on your costume itself can really show who you are. And that is a brilliant thing to do in any haunt character. There are so many haunt characters out there that really have so much detail on them, and you can be like, bro, I know exactly what you're trying to do, and you're showing it. But that also,
Yeah.
but that comes into the labor aspect of creating a costume. So when you're creating a costume for you, what are you trying to, like, are you more of like, all right, I'm going to look at other companies and get ideas. Are you more of a create it yourself, or are you more of a I'm going to buy it as is?
So I do both kind of. So like I'm a costumer. I've been sewing for probably just about as long as I've been able to walk. Um, so like I make costumes like for a living, like
Mhm.
outside of like working at haunted houses and stuff. So a lot of the time, like I know other costumers also. So like the benefit that I feel like I have is like I have the ability to be able to make whatever I want, but it's really fun to be able to go to my friends and be like, hey, I have this idea for a costume. Like I think it'd be cool if you had a spin on that.
Yeah.
Um, but then like there are some other characters where like I'll make them myself. A lot of the times that like I get if when I buy costumes from other people, I try to make sure that I'm supporting somebody who's like really creating like with their hands
Yes.
and like building something and like putting like putting all the good juju into it.
Yeah.
So I work with I'm gonna shout him out. His name's Gizzy. He's the wardrobe person. I believe he's at Erebus now. Sorry if that's wrong. But Gizzy made both of my clown costumes for I have two masked characters, and it's Lemon and Moldy. And Lemon is the like bright yellow clown that you guys have seen plenty of
Yes.
pictures of, I'm sure by now. And then Moldy is her like counterpart, and she's sad, and she's got like blue hair. I have photos of her if you scroll far enough back on my Instagram, you can see Moldy. Um, I've had her shot by a couple of really cool photographers. But so both of those costumes, I went to Gizzy and I was like, hey, like I have these ideas, but I think it'd be really cool if like you made them. And
Yeah.
I had Gizzy make them. I made Eek myself, uh, just because like it was something that I made like at Haunt.
Yeah.
So it was like something I like took some time into doing. Uh but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it kind of depends. But like when I am buying from other people, like I wanna support artists and I want to support like slow fashion.
Yeah.
So I try to like take all those things into account. Same with like my masks and stuff like that.
And that's a great way to really show your personality and really show other people that, this stuff means a lot to me. This is
Yeah.
something that you're not only doing for yourself, you're doing it for other people too. And it holds a meaning to so many people out there. And, when you see like individuals out there really showing, other people's work, you got a heart. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
like a lot of normal, I got to do the parentheses. A lot of the normal people out there don't quite understand it, and they don't see the work that we do. How exhausting. Just like, oh, you only work 2 months out of the year. No, let's take that 2 months and add 10 more months to it because it's an all year thing.
Mhm.
It's exhausting. It's so exhausting,
Yeah.
but it's so fun.
Well, that's the problem we run into all the time because even at our haunt, sometimes people don't understand on how much money we really spend on building these costumes, and sometimes you run into people that kind of disrespect that, and they get a little rough and they forget, like, hey, this actor spent a lot of time and money on building this costume, and yet they don't think about that. And it's like at the end of the night, it's like, that was a lot of money you just destroyed there, bud. So-
and that's the biggest problem when it comes to that is like you got to be careful on how you do a lot of things, especially if you're supporting another artist. That's a really cool thing that you do, and it's more inspiring for other people. It's like, man, support your local artists or support anybody that's out there, especially in the haunt world, because, these people really put their heart and soul into it. And then when they sell their product, and you're showing it, you don't want to disrespect it. You want to take care of it
Mhm.
and show it like, dude, this is your brand new Ferrari that you just got. This is it. Now, when it comes to like really like, have you ever like when you're performing and you're doing all your stuff, has anybody ever told you that your performance has changed them or even just for a night?
It's never happened while I've been performing, thankfully. I say thankfully because like I don't know, I'd feel like I'd break character or like have to like walk away and break character because that'd be so touching. Um, but yeah, actually, I get messages all the time from like so many people, and it's uh weird. Not like weird in a bad way. I mean
Yeah.
weird in the sense that like when I started haunting, like there were like I don't know. I feel like when everybody starts haunting, they wish that things were different and they wish that like they could have done things differently or like things were different for them. And
Yeah.
like my whole like give back to that is like I feel like I want to like I want to make this place better for other people.
Yeah.
So like when people send me messages and say that I'm doing that, like I'm never this might sound like weird to like say, like I'm never trying
Mm.
to like make change somebody's life. I feel like nobody ever is. So when people say like, "Hey, like what you're doing really makes an impact on me," it's crazy. Like there are so many things that flash through my mind. First of all, it's like, "Oh my God, I'm not worthy. That is so kind of you to say." And then my second thought is, "Oh no." you know.
Yeah. No, I get that completely.
Um, so like yeah, I get messages like that a lot. Every single one of them makes me cry, and it's cool. It's never something that I ever expected for people to do. Like I joined a haunted house and I stayed at the haunted house because I liked doing it, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm still here. Like it's not about like people messaging me and being like, "Oh my God, what you're doing is changing me," or you know it's just about like having fun
Yeah.
and being able to like show other people that this can be really fun, and if you work hard and you dedicate yourself you can do a lot of really neat stuff.
Hmm.
um so the validation is always really, it's nice, it's shocking, and it's nice. I think there's like a meme that it's like a picture of like a really sad rock and it's like, this is me but I am grateful.
Yeah.
um
Yeah, there's no, and
yeah.
it's so cool because it's like, as like as a hunter, you don't really realize what you're doing until after the fact, and then you go back and you're like, holy shit, man, I really feel like I'm doing something. But that's what the haunting like aspect means to a lot of like haunters, and we've heard a lot of the cliche responses and stuff with like what a haunter means to you and stuff. But dude, it's you. That's the cool
Right.
thing. You're allowed to be you. You're not you can
Hmm.
and you can be whoever you want to be. And the way you're saying with like all your different characters is you're universal. You can go from
Yeah, try to
being
be.
complete, yeah, and that's what's great about it. You can be 1 minute acting like Donnie from Wild Thornberries to a completely normal person with a flip of a switch. But when it comes to a flip of a switch, how hard is it for you to get out of your character after that last night at your haunted house?
So I bounced through. So like I'm the wardrobe manager, so like my characters like kind of vary throughout the night based off of like the amount of time I have to get into costume, if there's availability for makeup, like there's a bunch of variables that are involved. And sometimes I'm not able to get into costume until like 45 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
Um, so like there are some characters that are really easy to turn off, and then there are some characters that are really easy to like stay into for a little too long. And I feel like you guys are both clowns, so I feel like you're both gonna immediately resonate with what I'm about to say. But like, I I do a clown character. She doesn't have a name. It's just like when I'm in makeup, I'll throw on like some clown garb and like just go be not rude, but like I just unfilter myself and
Yeah.
go back and do a thing. I call it my customer service character because I usually throw this character on when we're gonna be very, very, very busy. Um and it's like I want to be able to help out because like I have many, many, many hats. I'm not just the wardrobe manager, but for time's sake, we're just gonna keep it at that. So like I want to be able to assist everywhere else when I can assist everywhere else, but I also want to act. So I'll throw on the customer service clown, and yeah, it's just like it's unfiltered. So like when we have like a bunch of people and they want to buy upgrades, I'll just be there like, hey, wait your turn,
Yep.
stop, um, you know,
Oh man.
and then like also continue to entertain while like helping.
Now, have you ever had a moment where you've completely just lost control and had the best night of your life?
Yeah, every time I get into character.
That's a great fucking
What is
answer.
what
Every
kind
night's
of
great.
topic?
I don't know. I
What are you
mean,
talking about?
I don't know. Like
Uh,
I've had a night where I've completely lost myself, and I completely turned into my character, and I did more than what I usually do, and I was very, very grateful that someone captured that on camera, and
yeah.
those moments right there was just like I'm gonna I'm gonna try my best to get to that moment again. But
Mhm.
sometimes it's really hard to get back in that moment because we're all human, so we all go through
Yeah.
things. What's it gonna take to get back into that aspect of really getting to that, going from zero to 100 real quick? How's it hard? Like, how am I supposed to get back there? But I also think that the best way to get there is having a good bond with either the customers, or you're doing a duo thing, defeating off of each other and stuff. And I think that is a big thing that a lot of people have, especially in the haunt community. Now, so
Yeah.
since we're talking about being human, what has haunting taught you about? Oh man, where am I at? Yeah, what has haunting taught you about yourself as a normal person?
I'm not cut out for a normal career. Um,
Yes.
um, I say this often. So like I make costumes. I have my own little costume company. Um, if you're looking for a costume, hit me up. But I work at the haunted houses.
Yeah.
So like I'm here every day, all the time. Um, I'm sorry. Repeat your question.
No, you're good. No, it's fine. Okay, what has haunting taught you about being yourself as a human?
Oh yeah. Sorry. So I I say I've been saying this a lot recently, actually. I don't know if it's because of the interview, but I'm too feral, I feel like at this point for like I don't think I could ever sit down and do a desk job like
No,
ever again. I
no.
had one very briefly. I've I don't know. I feel like I've always been the type of person to like go to the beat of my own drum. And being able to like work here allows me to do that. And I feel like that's not really an itch anywhere else would ever be able to scratch.
Yeah, I think that's a really
So
good
I've
answer.
learned that about myself. I think yeah, I'd rather be broke than sad.
Yeah, that's no,
Well,
exactly.
you definitely would love hanging out in our basement.
Yeah.
I mean, literally,
Dude, sweets, that's a weird fucking thing to
Hey,
say.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like she said. She can't handle the regular world. By golly, you come hang out in our world. I mean, literally, we got 2 studios down here. One for doing the show, and then we actually one where we create all of the stuff that we do for everybody.
It's a disaster.
It's
down
a it's
here.
a war zone down here, but I think it's right up your alley, man.
Yeah, I think that's the
Are
cool
you
thing
guys
about it.
are you based out of your haunt, or are you talking about like the basement in your house?
No, actually, my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Carousel Productions is actually based right out of the basement of my house. We originally started everything just in the corner of the basement with a little desk and a couple little mics and just some cheesy stuff. And
And
then
now you have a whole room.
yeah, now I turned my basement into several. I had to. I actually had to build a studio
Yeah.
just for the show and soundproof because when you got a family running around, everybody was being noisy all the time. I was like, dude, I'm just a perfectionist when it comes to stuff, and I wanted things to be better for the show. So I did
Yeah.
that. Plus, when we're also doing designing in the other studio, making things, painting, just the fumes itself. Plus, I didn't want paint getting on certain things, like certain masks, because now, like I was telling him, I need to either get a new place or find another place to start building because I'm running out of room.
Yeah, we have too much.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think studios are meant to be clean. Ever. I mean, to the point, I mean, it shouldn't. It's just your own unique thing.
Yeah.
I mean, keep it clean, but it's your.
I got paint everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy down here. Now,
So
You
I
can
was gonna say a
no,
rule
go
that
ahead.
I don't follow, but I like to try and go by is if you're in the process, the mess doesn't matter. But once you're done with the project, you have to re-clean before you can start another
Yes,
project.
absolutely. It's
But that's
definitely
the thing. All these projects keep piling up. I can't
You
hardly get.
gotta make
I know. It's
schedule
like,
a cleaning day.
I
yeah.
know clean
It's
day.
like pause. We're cleaning.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely when we first started doing all this, it was a disaster, but it's more of
Yeah.
an organized disaster.
Well, and then we added more to the plate because now we're also doing photo shoots and videos and stuff and editing. So now that's
Cool.
something else on our plate. We literally just got done this weekend doing. I got there around 11, but he had to work, so he didn't get there till a little after 3. But we were there till 1 in the morning doing photo
Oh,
shoots.
word.
So
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was completely exhausting, and the heat wants to say fuck you on everything that we were doing.
and that was
because-
just part 1. We still got the second part. Do it the 26th.
Yeah,
we have to go
26th.
do the other parts of the houses.
yeah, and it's
Well,
fun, and
cool.
it's a
So-
cool little journey for us to really do what we're doing. Because again, I tell people all the time, we were just two guys with a microphone. That was it. We didn't know what we were doing.
I still don't.
We have no idea, and we still don't know what the fuck we're doing. But we're just
Yeah.
going with it because this is something that we love doing. But what is one question that you could ask yourself from when you first started to now?
Like, okay, so like if baby haunter Danny could talk to Danny now,
Yes.
or verse, uh, I don't know. I think that I don't know. I think I would just be so like it sounds cheesy, but I feel like if baby haunter Danny were to see me now, she would just get really excited.
Yeah, like, oh, this is gonna be a
Like,
fun
no,
ride.
big question, dude. Be like, wait, we did it? What did we do? Holy shit, really? Like, did I fuck anything up? And then I'm gonna be like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you fucked up everything.
So much. But hey, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Sometimes.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Yep. Ignore that.
No, I get it.
Yeah, but no, I think I would just be. I'm proud of myself. I
Good.
feel like that's like almost cocky to say, but I am. I feel like I work really hard, and I don't know, it's cool. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I feel like it wasn't until like not like recently, but like yeah, like semi recently, like 5 years ago, people were like, "Who's Danny Panic?" And now people are like, "Danny Panic," and it's like that's cool. I think it's neat.
Yeah.
And I work really hard, and I work really hard to stay here. So
And
I'm glad
that is a
everybody
really
appreciates it.
that's so good to have that on your shoulders, because you can tell yourself like, dude, I'm finally enough for myself. It feels good, I feel.
Well, I don't know about all that. That's crazy.
No, just as a
I'm
haunter.
humble. I'm proud
mean,
where I'm at. I can't wait to see where I go.
Yeah.
You know you're doing something right though, because it's funny, and we've noticed this lately with a lot of our interviews. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, we do.
It's
I know
funny.
people that you've interviewed. It's so cool.
And it's funny because literally when we were just talking to Chuckles, she was telling us about the costume I guess you just did for her.
I made her costume.
Yeah.
I made
So
her
we were
costume.
talking about that, and it's just funny because it's like how small the haunt world really is. It's a big world, but in a way it's small because it's like we're all slowly knowing everybody here. It's like that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think something that's like really unique about where I'm at, like I'm in Chicago, and we've got like I think Ohio is the only other state that has more
Mhm.
haunts per capita. I could be wrong on that, but there's a map somewhere that you can
Yeah.
look up. So like the internet's really cool in the sense that like I was able to like meet everybody in Chicago like through the internet, and like we all became really tight, and then people from out of state saw that like all of these people from Chicago were like commingling and stuff, and like now I know people like I go to East Coast Haunters Convention with Transworld every year. I go to
Mhm.
St. Louis with Transworld every year. No, I have friends everywhere, and I think that's so neat. And I don't like the haunt community has always been as big as it is, and like there's always been like people like commingling, but it's so cool to see like it go like states away.
Yeah.
Like Chuckles, for example, she's in Ohio.
Yeah, she's in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's moving to
Well, she's
Indiana.
approved. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm. Oh, okay. So she's even closer now. Even better.
Exactly.
But like I know people on like the East Coast too, and I know people from California, and it's like I feel like I don't know. It's just wild. It's
And
cool. The
it's
way
just
that
your
yeah.
your phone book and your brain is just getting fuller and fuller and fuller, and it's like,
Mhm.
holy shit. I didn't realize how many
Yeah.
people like we even talk to when it comes to like doing our stuff, but it's like I'm happy for it. I'm happy I met a
Yeah,
lot of these
what's
people.
even crazier about it is like I feel like I know a lot of these people, but it's like even crazier to like consider even like I know a lot of people, but like I have so many people who I call friends,
Yeah.
which is so it's just rad.
It
It's
is.
very
It is.
cool.
It's so cool because it's like you build a connection with a complete stranger, and then come to find
Yeah.
out you got the same mutual things that you like, and then you're like, I didn't know a person like you even existed. I'm excited.
Hmm.
Like, cool. All right,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna add you to the list because now you're my fucking friend, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That was cheesy as fuck, but it's the truth. It's like it's just one of those things where you just hold and you cherish for the rest of your life because maybe one of those people that you're gonna meet are gonna be by your side until the end. And to have those people by
Yeah.
your side are just you're very thankful for every moment that you spend, even if you don't see that person that often.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah. No, totally.
and you see them that first time again, you're like, it's like we never left each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Now, when you're at your haunt, or have you traveled to other haunts before and acted?
Yeah, I've been to quite a few. Yeah, yes, I've travel acted.
Cool. So instead of
Yeah.
your haunt, which one was your favorite that you really took a part of?
Mm. So
I
I
want
don't
to I want to
know
say
favorite.
favorites. Favorites
Uh,
not yeah, not favorite. What's like one of the most
so a
the
haunt that I do a lot of extra work at. I'm dating. His name is Andrew
mm,
Marticello. He goes by Ozo the Clown. Um, on Instagram, and he is the performance director of Midnight Terror Haunted House in Oak Lawn, Illinois. And they do a Christmas event that is purposefully not the weekend that we do a Christmas event.
that's cool.
Um, so I get to do a Christmas event every year at a different haunt. I like to call MT my haunt away from haunt. Um, and it's the closest one that's like my haunt away from haunt outside of like the 13th floor
Yeah.
umbrella. Because I've acted in a lot of 13th floor haunts too. So like right now I'm at the old Joliet Haunted Prison. I've acted for the Legendary Haunt Tour at Nashville Nightmare. I've done work down I also did work in Nashville Nightmare. I've been to a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's really cool because I didn't travel at all before I started haunting, and then in like 2022, 2023, maybe I'm getting that wrong. Um, I got all these opportunities to travel, and I was like, oh, okay, I've never been on a plane this many times in my life, but let's go.
Oh, I'm terrified of getting a
um,
plane. There's too many planes
just
flown
get
out
on
this.
it.
I mean, I'll do it. I mean, I've
Just
done
get
it
on it.
before, but man, too many
What's
planes.
what's worst that could happen? You could die. Just get on it.
That's not how I want to die. Falling out the fucking sky. There's too many. That's
I don't want to. I don't know. And once you're sitting down, it's not in your hands anymore. It's like, what are you gonna do? You just order a drink. If you fall and you die and you crash, you don't have to pay your tab at the
Hey,
end.
have you ever seen the video of Shane Gillis and he has to phone and he's like calling all of his people at his work. He's like, I'm gonna come there and fuck you up. Like he's just talking shit.
No.
Oh, it's hilarious. The plane's going down. It got hijacked or something. And Shane Gillis is like on the phone with his coworkers.
Oh,
And he's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna come there and fuck you up. I'm gonna beat you. Yeah,
I
I'll be there in
laughed.
like 5 minutes. Yeah. That'd be my fucking the way I'd go out, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, the plane's not really falling. We're just descending down. I'm like, oh, I am going to die, but just not by a plane ride. That would not be a good time. Now, when it comes to taking it off, relaxing, it's the end of the season. What is one of your goals that you try to accomplish at the end of every haunt season?
So I try to do. This isn't like. Well, yeah. So I try to do a trip down to Netherworld every year. Um, Netherworld is open like an extra weekend sometimes. And anytime they're open for the extra weekend, I try to do a trip down there. So like that's always like my goal. My goal is to always be like, okay, we're gonna close, we're gonna lock all the doors, and I'm gonna hop in my car. I'm gonna go see Netherworld.
Sweet.
Um, so I've been a few times. We usually make like a driving trip out of it. But that's like the end of the year cap, and then I come back immediately and start getting ready for Krampus.
So it's nonstop for you.
See, I try to do that every year at since usually I've researched a lot. Our haunt itself usually opens way before most other haunts do, because we're open. We open the very first weekend of September, and we go all the way usually to the first week of November, just depending on how the calendar works. So usually, like a lot of people we talk to, I invite them down all the time. You guys, if your haunt's not open yet and you want us to get going, come on down. So like Slider, Jesus, Warden's Widow, Pongo.
Window?
Yeah, dude, I can't. That's been one of them days. Just shut it. Just shut it, Linda. So anyhow, I try to invite all of them to come down, and I understand some of their characters specifically go toward haunt, but I know, like for example, Warden's Widow, she has multiple characters that she likes to get out and play with. So I was like, hey, come down. Just come on down. If you're not busy and you want to come out and play, let us know.
Yeah, and it's
Cool.
It's fun. It's really fun to really just adventure off to other haunts and just breathe a little bit, because sometimes it's not. I wouldn't say it's exhausting, but it's nice just for a different.
It's a good
change.
experience.
It's a good experience. It changes the atmosphere.
Plus, you're getting to meet other people and getting to see how they do things, and I think it just creates great things.
Yeah. I love the opportunity to be able to go and guest act. I mean, shit. If the weather works out, maybe I'll come see you this year.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Now,
That'd be so rad.
when it comes to being who you are in the haunt industry, what's a haunter mean to you?
Everything.
Everything. Everything. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I feel like I've been doing this for so long that like everybody I talk to, like literally yesterday I was at my oldest friend's like wedding party, and like her parents came up to me and was like, "Hey, like how's the haunted house going?" Like it's such at least for me, it's such an ingrained part of like my DNA at this point. I joke all the time, like you slit my wrist right now, I will bleed 13. Um, uh, it's everything. I feel like when I started getting into things, I didn't really like. I don't know. It's always like a thing where I like don't really anticipate things to be as intense or like crazy as they are. But like whenever I sit back and I think about it, it's like it means so much.
Yeah.
Like I've made literally some of the best friends I'll probably ever have in my entire life through this industry. And I'd like to think that maybe we would have crossed paths either way, but like I know in reality we probably wouldn't have. That's cool. It means fucking everything.
It really is. I like that's
Yeah.
and that's an honest truth right there. It really is, because a lot of the times when someone asks you to do something or it's a change, sure, let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. So let's make something out of this, even though you don't know what you're doing, or sometimes you do know what you're doing. It's the experience that every haunter has is something, it's undescribable. It's a feeling that you can't really just be like, oh well, this is what it is. Like, you gotta live in it. You gotta live in that moment and really I don't even understand. I can't even answer that question. I ask all the
It's
time.
like haunting is like this is gonna sound, I don't know, maybe it'll sound, I don't care. Haunting is like tripping. Like you can't like express to other people how it is, but like you can just look at somebody and be like, and then they'll be like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like a phenomenon.
Just something you got to experience.
Yeah, it's a feeling. It's everything.
And it's
It's also nothing.
it really is. And it's like
it's also just a thing.
I've never really like thought of like actually it's honest, like I'm sitting here like a million miles a minute right now, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a headache because I don't know. I'm asking the question and I've asked so many people that question and I don't even know how to answer that question. What about you? Like what does haunting mean to you? Do you know how to answer that question?
Haunting for me is Christmas. I love it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
all right, and then
Don't ask a clown. You're gonna get some messed up answers.
Linda.
That's not bad answer.
It's not.
That's a good
It's just one of those things, man. I'm, like you said earlier. I'm
Well, it
very-
is. It literally for me. It is every night when I go out because I'm usually the first one out because most of the haunts
Yeah.
don't open up till it gets dark. Even though we open our gates usually around 7:30 usually, it's
Yeah.
not. It's still not dark yet. But guess what?
Yeah.
The manager looks at me. He goes, "We're starting to get a little busy out there. Even though the haunts, do you mind going out entertaining?" Gotcha. So I'm out there running around already before everybody else is even going. So again, it's Christmas for me every night because every night's a new box of gifts and I'm getting open because you never know what you're going to get. They all go Forrest Gump on you. You never know what you're going to get because every night it's somebody new that surprises you, and I enjoy it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Then the final question I love asking anybody and everybody. If you were to hang up your costume for one last time, what is something that you would love to leave behind and tell everybody about your journey? Or
Hmm.
even just
So-
to teach somebody.
I feel like there are a lot of layers to that question. So I don't know. Okay, so like as a female, I feel like there are a lot of challenges that you don't necessarily face as a non-female or male fronting person. So one of the things that I feel like is really important that I want to be able to leave behind is the power to be able to tell people no, the ability to be able to set strong, serious boundaries, and to, you know, not feel like, okay, I've been with 13th floor for as long as I have because I've been treated extremely well. And I know that there are a lot of people in the haunt industry who are not treated extremely well,
Yes.
but put up with it because they think that if they aren't the ones that are putting up with it, somebody else is going to be able to do it.
Yes.
And the fact of the matter is that that is 100% the truth. But if you want, like, if I was getting treated like poorly, if I wasn't being treated fairly, if I was being discriminated against or bullied, I wouldn't be here. And those are all things that I feel like, you know, a lot of us to a certain degree kind of have to deal with within the haunt community. Um, as like a female and female fronting person, I feel like I look at it from like the lens of a girl.
Yeah.
Um, and like that to me is like the most important thing I want to leave behind. Like if I were to hang up my costume right now and I turned around and looked back at everything that I did, I hope it's a bunch of fucking badass chicks feeding the shit out of anybody who doesn't respect them, or treat them with kindness. That's all. Like I'm so sick of people just allowing other people to be mean to them,
Yeah.
you know?
And
So
equality
that.
equality is the
Yeah.
biggest thing in the haunt world. And you if a haunt doesn't have that, it's going to cause chaos and so many problems. If you look at a person not about who they are as a gender, but as they are as a human being, just like everybody else, we bleed the same, we breathe the same. Sometimes, unless you have like a breathing tube down your throat, but we're not going to get into that. But I'm just saying in general, we all literally wake up with our eyes open and ready for the day.
Mhm.
Why bully? Why put someone
Yeah.
down because they're trying something different? Why bully if they look different or whatever?
Right.
And I think that's
Right.
very, very important for you to say that. And I love the fact that you even said that on our show because equality is
Yeah.
the most important thing anywhere, not even just haunting.
Mhm. Equality and respect and kindness are free,
Yes.
cost no effort,
No.
and you know, when being received is extremely valuable.
Yes.
So
That's
you know,
important. I am so happy you even said that, and that was probably the most strongest response we've got out of that, and I respect that a lot, and
thank you.
really, really do respect that because everybody deserves a chance.
Yep.
And
Everybody deserves a chance and everybody deserves to be respected and treated you know, well.
yeah,
And that's it.
and if you don't receive that, then I'm
Mhm.
gonna move on. There's the door. Bye.
Yeah. There's only like it's I like to say I'm kind. I am not nice. Like obviously I'm a nice person, but like, being nice, uh, you know, people get taken advantage of when they're nice.
Yes.
Um, you know, so
Well,
yeah.
Danny, that I kind of put me in my feels a little bit because it's the
I'm gonna
truth.
go ahead and drop my mic. I'll see
Yeah, you straight
later.
drop.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I love that. That was a very important message right there. And I love that aspect of just, just be yourself. There it is.
There you go.
There's the party hat. There it
Yeah,
was.
okay, there it is.
And I
There it is.
appreciate
There it is.
I
Party
appreciate
hat.
you really taking time out of your day and speaking with us and telling us your journey and stuff. And it really means a lot to us because we're going on this journey. We don't know where we're going, and this to hear other people's stories like yours or anybody else that we've talked to in the past, it creates a bond, and we really want to not necessarily spotlight people, but to hear other people's like stories it's an emotional connection. Like, I don't know about him, but like for me itself, because it's like, everybody goes through stuff differently in their lives, and their journey and their emotional paths that they've really walked on have really changed because of haunting. And I really want to tell like so many people out there, but not only one person can, I mean,
Well, I mean, I feel like you're doing that right now. You have a podcast. You're one person, and you're, on your way to reaching millions, my guy.
and
So
I'm really hoping to not only tell other people's stories about just their haunt career, but it's just their life that people, you release the demons 2-3 months out of the year, and there's reasons behind to release those demons. There's
Yeah.
so many reasons, but they don't need to know that. They just know that we're not just normal people. We have a massive heart, and that is haunting. Haunting is very important, and I love saying this all the time. A lot of people call it horror. We call it home. This is home for us. And if people don't accept it, guess what? This is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be. And if you don't accept it, guess what? I'm going to continue to walk on this earth until I get hit by a bus or falling out of a plane, which I pray to God that never happens. So,
well, if you fall out of a plane, I hope you have a parachute with you and it's voluntary.
I,
Um,
oh, man. Well, do you have any questions for us before we hop off here?
I don't know. Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's been really cool talking with you guys, though.
Yeah.
I really appreciate like having the opportunity to be able to, speak and thank you for reaching out to me.
You're welcome.
I've been seeing your stuff on Instagram and I was like, oh, this stuff's cool, their art's cool. And then you guys messaged me and I was like,
Our
So,
biggest thing is, man, we really want to we're honest with a bunch of stuff, and a lot of people,
Yeah.
do get mad because we do utilize AI. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you tell me to draw a picture right now, it's gonna be a stick figure.
Yeah.
It's not great, but I mean, we do in the future hope to God we get some artists and stuff, but we use AI for the moment because that's just what we have. But when
But AI though is using your creativity though. It's like it's reading you're speaking your mind for it to create what's inside of you.
and it's hard because a lot of people don't like using AI or anything, but it's just what we can use for right now. And I'm not gonna lie to somebody and say, hey, like, yeah, I drew this up. This is all me. No, I'm being honest with you. Like, this is what we got to work with for right now because you got to think, you got to start from somewhere,
No,
And
I totally feel you. And I wasn't trying to make a dig at the AI.
no,
I was
I
being
did.
genuine.
I did not take that at all. I'm just saying, just like in general, just putting it out there. We're just honest with everything that we do, and we
Yeah.
want to just tell anybody and everybody, don't be. This is basically the moral of the thing I'm saying is like, don't be afraid to do anything.
Yeah.
Just-
Well, hey, maybe you'll interview an illustrator and they'll fall in love with y'all and be like, here, let me donate some art.
Hopefully one day. Hopefully
Maybe
one day.
Maybe if there are any listeners out there who really enjoyed this podcast and want to drop some fan art,
There you
maybe
go.
we'll do that on the next podcast.
There you go.
There you go. Well, Steve, do you have any questions for her?
Nope.
No. Well, Danny, thank you so much. And I hope the
Yeah.
best for every aspect of this year. And maybe one day we'll do another recap and see where things are going from there and really just hear more of your lovely haunt story of just growing and growing every single day.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to be back on. I can't wait to re-listen to this and then listen to all the other cool people you have lined up. Um, I haven't gotten a chance to listen to Chelsea's podcast yet, but I did listen to Brian and JJ's.
Yes.
And I cannot express the amount of love I have for Slortex. I just need to say that out here.
They are some amazing
Public.
people. They're
They're
amazing.
fantastic.
They are so great.
The next time I see JJ, I'm going to kiss her on the cheek. Um, and Brian's gonna be okay with it. But yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Can I plug my stuff?
Plug it
Or-
away. Plug away.
Okay, cool, awesome, sweet, thanks. I have a gun to my head on a couple of these. So Sinister Slide Gear, get your slide gear there. Frankenfuel, if you use Dani Panik instead of DCP,
Hey!
you can get 15% off also. um, and,
We're editing in
if
that.
you you can edit it. DCP get Frankenfuel for 15% off on Dani Panik. You can if you're looking for a costume, you can also hit me up on my Instagram. I make handmade things from start to finish. It's not bought off Amazon and painted, I promise.
Yes.
So
We know a
but
few.
yeah,
We know.
go follow my friends.
Yeah.
Follow my friends. Anybody you see me tagged in, follow my friends and give them love too, because they're amazing. I work with really cool artists. My links and stuff are always tagged. If I ever have anything posted and it's not mine, it's very easy to figure all that stuff out if you just read the caption.
Cool.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank
Awesome.
you guys.
Hey, you're welcome, and you have an awesome day, and just stay safe
You
and stay
too.
spooky.
Yeah, you guys too. And if I
Absolutely.
don't talk to you before season starts, I hope it's fucking killer.
It will be.
Not literally, but figuratively.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, you have a great
Yeah.
weekend.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a hunter. That's a universal hunter. That's a person that really, really dives deep. She means well. She means very well. And I love that aspect. And especially for what she said at the end. That was more meaningful towards not just us, but to the female. Did you cancel me? Where did I go?
I don't know.
Where did I go? But for for basically everything that is going on in this world, be kind to your fucking people, everybody. Male, female, anything that you say about yourself, be fucking kind. She's kind. She's a normal person.
Yeah.
Respect.
I'm messing with cameras right now.
No, it's fine. Be respectful, guys. Don't disrespect us, male or female. Literally. They're human.
I'll find
They're
them.
trying hard to really build something, and just don't disrespect them because of their sex or gender.
I'm gonna disrespect you.
But guys, that was Dani Panik from 13th Floor. Up in, for us, Chicago.
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 The Bears.
The Bears.
I do that all the time. We got a guy from that drives for Crumb, and he wears his Chicago hat all the time. And I always say that when he comes in.
The Bears.
The Bears. Tony looks at me, and that's how I even relate to Kurt too. Like, hey, Kurt, the Bears are here. He knows exactly what driver I'm talking about. The Bears.
Yeah, so I think, dude, Mr. Sweets,
I'm just trying to recruit more people to come visit us.
she's a fucking hunter.
Yeah.
She's a true blooded hunter.
Well,
Bloods.
again, you need to come visit us if you don't got nothing going on earlier season. You need to come visit us.
And if not, shoot us up. Maybe we'll go there one day. Never know. Other than that, guys, go check her out at Dani Panik, and it's Panik, Panic. And really look at her Instagram. She's got some badass,
all different stuff.
all different stuff. And I think I'm looking at her clown right now. Oh, dude, look at that. Look how grimy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I know you guys can't really see
Yeah,
it, but
because
it's okay.
it's a bright light there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Guys, go check it out. The 13th floor up in Chicago. Go to the website. Check her out on Instagram. And if you really want some cool costumes and stuff, go check her out. Hit her up and see what she's got, guys. Again, that was Dani Panik. Mr. Sweets, you got anything?
Nope.
Snags, you got anything? Nope. My name's Arthur. We are the Dark Carousel Podcast. That is Sweets, and he's also the Dark Carousel Podcast.
Sometimes.
And this fucking carousel never stops spinning.
See you guys.
This ride on the dark carousel may be over, but the horrors are far from done. The next nightmare is just around the corner. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Dark Carousel. Let's fucking ride on the DCP!